Hey everybody, Marc Sadowski here with Tiny Shutter. So, a little while ago, the good folks who have created this light, the Bom Shot, just successfully finished their Kickstarter. It was a great success, and the product is real, which is awesome for Kickstarters nowadays. But they reached out to us to see if we would play with their lights and give it a try. And when they sent it over, and mind you, this isn't a product placement or anything like that, it got me to thinking that this would be a perfect demonstration of using Camera+2 and their macro feature. And what better way to test macro than with some Lego? So I'm here with the expert. I'm here with Mike Skyska. He is a world-renowned Lego photographer, and he is also the only person I know that has a big Lego collection. I've known Mikey since college and high school, and in all of that time, he has been a huge Lego fan and collector. And he was the first person that I thought of with this project. And you can check out his Instagram. He has been doing a lot of photography, and his work has been pretty fun to look at. So go ahead and check it out after this video, of course. So I am going to be photographing with my iPhone XS. What are you going to be using?
I have a Google Pixel XL3. Now, I have the Moment lens case, but my Moment lenses haven't come in the mail yet, so when they come, we'll try something different. But for now, I'm going to be using the Camera FV5 app for the Pixel. So again, you should have it too for the iPhone, and again, it allows you shutter speed, ISO. You can do some weird things with it that you can't do with the native app.
I'm going to be using Camera+2 because I don't listen to anything he says. Dirty Android user. I'm kidding. Cut that. So again, like I mentioned to Mikey, I will be using, or I was using, Camera+2's macro function. Now, what that enables your iPhone to do is actually photograph macro style photography. Normally, to achieve that macro closeness, you need to buy a lens attachment. And that could run you anywhere from like $100 on the top end to, somewhere around $30 for the low end. So that's where Camera+2 comes in. They have a feature in there that will allow your phone to photograph macro without the need of a secondary lens. You're just using your iPhone lens, which is awesome. And that's what we do in these samples here. All right, so what were you using originally with your lighting?
Something like this. It's big, clunky, needs to get plugged in. It's got these nice little claws that pop out at the bottom to get in the way. And again, it's very hard.
It's not bad.
It's not bad, but it's if you want lighting in a very specific spot, this is kind of hard unless you go and you build yourself a second level and put stuff underneath it. And, if you want to be just quick and easy, it's good, but it's not perfect.
So let's try this. We have the Bom Shot.
All right.
I have 3 of them that they were kind enough to lend.
All right.
And we can control the lighting.
Ooh.
It's a 3-setting light.
All right.
We have different colors that we can do. We could do nice green.
Okay.
We could do T-Mobile commercial.
All right.
We can do blue. And then we have just plain white.
All right.
And a nice warm tone there. So let's see what we can do with these. And I think they could help us out with your photography.
Cool.
And I'm going to take a few photos myself to see if I have what it takes to be a Lego photographer. So,
If you say so.
World fame, here it comes.
Yeah, whatever.
Create the mood, walking in. We have the backlight of the streetlights there. And I'm just going to move this light back because these lights are, for a small thing, they're pretty strong. And Mikey, I'm not the best Lego photographer, so
You're doing great. Big thing you don't want to avoid is making it overly shiny or using too bright of a flash to make it create very bad shadows.
right. And so right now we're able to control our shadows. And
And everything being plastic, it reflects matting.
Yeah.
So you need to get the lighting just right. Otherwise you end up with these blown out spots.
Yeah, and right now I don't want to destroy your walls here.
So using the lights is pretty easy. We were able to put them anywhere, really. We had one inside the building, the very limited space, small building. We had one outside and one to just kind of use as a highlight to light the entire scene. We had a warm tone, we had a cool tone, and we were able to move them around pretty freely. Each one of the lights comes with a little bit of a tripod that you can flex to stand it up, or you can make it grip to anything, and it was pretty awesome. But if that didn't work, we just unscrewed it from its tripod and screwed it onto another tripod where we could adjust it accordingly. So it was really awesome. So there you have it. Those were our tests. And again, we were very quick. We put together a set real quick to just test out the lens capability of the iPhone using Camera+'s macro function and trying out these awesome, cool lights. And I gotta say, Camera+2 performed awesome. The sharpness of the photos are evident in the samples that I gave. They're untouched. There's no editing involved. And I gotta say, I was able to get real nice and close. Now, if I wanted to pull back, I could just switch back to the regular mode and just photograph that way. And if I really wanted to go crazy, I could put on the telephoto lens that I have from Moment card in the previous episode above. I could have done that as well. But again, I just wanted to stay up close to the subjects and use the macro function, and it performed more than I could have expected, especially for the fact that I am not using an additional lens. So kudos to the makers of Camera Plus for making that so awesome. Now, what about the lights? The lights were terrific. I didn't know what to expect. And keep in mind, this isn't a paid product, paid endorsement or anything like that. We're not getting any money from them for talking about these lights. But I have to say, these lights came in really handy. They're small enough that we could fit it into any little nook and cranny of our sets and get that light that we wanted. The one thing that we would have liked, and maybe it'll come out in another version, is some more intensity levels for the lights. They were good, but we would have liked to see taking it a couple stops down, and we didn't really need to go any higher. I think they were bright enough as it is. The choices of lights were awesome. We had more than enough color selections, and you can use these as kind of like if you set it to this, the lights will go by sound. Doing stills photography, it's not something that we needed, but it's there for those of you who are doing any kind of video that might come in handy. But for what we were using, these were just fine. And according to their information, and you could find the links below, these are only going for about $20. And it's very easy to just buy a handful of these and use them to however you want. They charge pretty easily. The charge lasts a while. I only charged these once, and they're still running on a charge. I think it's not like I'm putting them through a rigorous test, but they're pretty good, and they're pretty bright. And so, if I were to buy some, which I probably will, and I know Mikey is going to pick up some. Again, they're only $20. You could get them with a larger kit involved. What I would have liked to see, since these are only $20, is to buy like a pack of these. Maybe have like a three pack for like $60 or something like that. I think that would be really cool. But you're not breaking the bank with these. They're great value, and I highly recommend it if you're doing any kind of macro work like Lego photography or any other kind of lighting that you need. They're fun and they're helpful. So there you have it. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this one. I certainly had a great time photographing Legos. They are something that I don't get to do very often. I have a few kits lying around the house. Maybe I'll go a little bit further and do another video and see if my skill set progressed. So anyway, you enjoyed this? Like and subscribe per the usual. Go ahead and check out our audio podcast, which can be found on iTunes or Stitcher or any other places podcasts can be found. Go ahead and support us. We have a Patreon that you can see in the description below. But if you're not much into Patreon, we do have something that is brand new. We have a newsletter that you could subscribe to that's absolutely free. We also have stickers. Go ahead and get your Tiny Shutter icon sticker. And there, you can find it in the description below. That's another way that you can help us out, help this channel grow, and help our podcast grow. And so with that, we'll see you next time.